What's up, everybody? I am Luke from the Master Sword Valley. Welcome back to more Doki Doki Blue Skies. Last time, we reconnected with Sayori, basically, and now we were given the task of setting up for a bit of a Halloween kind of party for the club. And our task here with Sayori is that we're going to carve some pumpkins. So we need to get them, basically. We can get some pumpkins from the supermarket. You've got a knife at home, right? Yeah. So, what kind of things should we carve into them? Bats, skulls, all those creepy Halloween things, right? It's tempting not to answer, to give Sayori a taste of her own medicine. I don't think she's aware just how frustrating this is. But then again, do I really want this to ruin the day? No, I wouldn't. Sayori's clearly trying to put it past us. As much as I want to know what's going on, she's really not in any mood to divulge. And bringing it up now would probably ruin the mood and day for both of us. Besides, I really can't stay angry at her. Her general bubbly persona is so infectious, only someone without a heart could be immune to it. I begrudgingly smile. Or spiders? I forgot how much they're terrified of them. Oh, come on, like you're any better. I am! Okay, maybe the big ones. Oh, we're here. Even though Halloween isn't as largely celebrated here, at least compared to Western countries, shops have still made a decorative effort. All of these cheesy, cliche Halloween decorations can be seen both on the exterior and interior of the shop. Luckily for us, all the pumpkins are right at the front. Wow, these are huge! Which means we have more space to make awesome decorations, don't you think? Her eyes meet mine, the cheerful enthusiasm still bouncing around in them. Yeah, good thinking. Let's get these three. Ooh, do you mind if I got some food for later? Yeah, sure, what were you thinking? Pizza! Not exactly the healthiest of choices, is it? Hey, I don't see you chopping on salad, you know. Can't dispute that. But in all seriousness, Sayori, maybe you should try something that isn't just junk food. I worry about you sometimes, you know? I know. You don't need to, though. Don't say that. I'll make more of an effort soon, I promise. Alright, fine. Pizza it is, but only if I get a slice. Or two. Deal! She can always be tempted with food, no matter... Even if she gets the majority of the food, good enough for us, I guess. In an attempt to display my masculine bravado, I volunteered to carry all three of the pumpkins. In hindsight, given how much my arms are screaming at me, I immediately regret this decision. I can't believe you didn't let me carry any of them. You're so silly sometimes. Pfft, no sweat, Sayori. No sweat at all. Don't drop them. Aha! What? That pumpkin is shaped like your head. I swear to God I'll throw one of these at you. You wouldn't dare! Besides, I don't think you'd be able to lift it high enough. I hate how true that is. Sayori 1, Alex 0. That's so unfair. You're taking advantage of the poor situation I'm in. Not true. If I recall correctly, you're the one who insisted on carrying these. She adopts a comedic, super low male voice. It's okay, Sayori. I'm the big, strong guy who can handle all these pumpkins. Okay, firstly, I do not sound like that. I really don't. Right? An innocent smirk is my only response, which turns into indignation as I blow a puff of air into her face. It's little victories in life. So, which shape should we go for first? Let's just keep it simple for now. We can just go with a generic jack-o'-lantern face. I pull out a reference photo on my phone. We gotta start by scooping out the insides though. So let's cut a hole on the top. So with a look of steadfast determination, she slices away the top of the pumpkin and exposes the contents within. She looks really cute with the look on her face. Her nose is scrunched up and she focused intently on a task. And the best part is she's so oblivious to how endearing she really is. Come on, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Okay. Oh man, this feels so cold and sticky. It's slow but steady work. As I scoop out the inside, I do my best not to focus on how soft her hands and arms feel as they brush against mine. I mean, I know you're friends and all, but don't get too personal. There! Now my hands are all sticky. Yeah, mine too. Gross. Say, do you want a new hairstyle? I grin and reach forward, aiming for Sayori's head. Ooh, don't you even think about it. Okay, I won't. I hold my hands up as a sign of peace. Sayori remains backed away from me, a suspicious look on her face. As she lets her guards down and comes closer, I dart forward and boop her on the nose, leaving an orange smear. Hey, meaty! I'm going to get you for that. Only if you can actually catch me. I laugh and dart away from her strike. Sayori has never been particularly coordinated, so it's pretty easy to dodge her clumsy attempts. As she comes in for another swipe, I catch her wrist with my hand. She's squirming and wriggling, doing her best to escape my grip. Unfortunately, due to the slipperiness of the pumpkin coating on both of our hands, my grip isn't as strong as I'd like. She manages to twist her hands free and lands a respectable orange smear on my cheek. Aha! I told you! Her victory is short-lived as I managed to return the favor down her neck. Ah, okay. A truce. For real this time. I got my hands up right here. No tricks? No. We still have to carve the pumpkins. Okay, fair enough. After we wash our hands, Sarah takes out a pen and starts to trace a face on a pumpkin. One sec. Let me save. That was kind of cute. Not gonna lie. I'm looking through the cupboards trying to find a knife that's big enough. This one will do. How's this? I'll wander over to Sayori. This is unfair. How is it that a girl who was late to wake up and get ready still smells really good? A faraway detached part of me vaguely remembers something my biology teacher was saying about pheromones. Well, yeah, it smells great. Smells? Huh? Oh damn, did I say smell instead of look? Guess I'm a little hungry. Yeah, that's perfect. I'll start carving it. Boom, carved. There. Wow! That looks great! We made an awesome team, don't we? We sure do. What about the other two pumpkins? I was thinking we could do a bat for this one, and we could just keep it simple for the last one. I carved Boo into it. Perfect! Well, here we go again. Alright, got those. A while later, we're finally done. That's what I was gonna say. Our handiwork sits proudly in front of us. Job well done. Thumbs up. The others are gonna love them. I just realized we must look like two proud parents, except our kids are pumpkins. Sari breaks out into giggles. Alex, you're always been really funny, you know that? One of these days, I'll learn how to take a compliment from the opposite sex, especially when it comes from someone I think I'm starting to fall in love with. Unfortunately, that day is not today. This is your chance. As I feel my cheeks heat up, I'm be very surprised if Sayori didn't pick up on it. Anyway, I had a lot of fun today. Sadly, I've got a lot of homework to get on with, so I'm gonna have to go. But I'll take one pumpkin with me. Anyway, I'll see you on Monday. Oh, and look, I know you're very concerned about me, about what happened earlier, but please, just try not to worry too much about it or anything. I'll try and tell you when I'm comfortable, okay? Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. With a click, the door closes behind me. I don't get much time to stew over the day's event, though, as my phone blares to life. It's my mother. Oh, God. Hi, Alex. How have you been doing? Are you eating well? Whoa, Mom, slow down. I'm fine. School's going well. Sakurai started talking about World War I, so history is pretty enjoyable. About the eating part, how are things on your end? Stressful. I want to come home and see you. I've been feeling ever so guilty about being away. Nah, it's fine, seriously. Since joining the club, that lonely feeling has pretty much disappeared. Plus, Sayori and I are hanging out a lot, so it's nice to have some regular contact with her again. Oh yes, that club of yours. You said it was a literature club, right? Mm-hmm. Well, that should mean your grades for Japanese will be fantastic, right? It's definitely helping. And the other club members, yeah, we get along pretty well. One girl's really shy, the other's kind of cold, but I think she's a softie at heart. Oh, and Monica's the president. Oh, that Monica used to share classes with. The one you had a crush on. I had a crush on someone that wasn't Sayori? Mom! I didn't have a crush on her. Of course not. So being around Sayori again. When I called you last week, you were at the park with her again, right? Yeah, I'm so happy for both of you. She was always your best friend growing up. Although, perhaps it's like a motherly intuition, but I get the feeling that you and Sayori, what about us? Can sense her knowing smile even on the phone. Well, you tell me. You know what? Oh, I didn't get the chance to save. Let's tell her. Well, truth be told, Mom, let me save this. Because I don't get the chance. I think I really like her. Like, in that sense. Yes, I did think this day would have come eventually. Look at my little boy all grown up. Falling in love with a girl. Mom! Sorry. Hey, no one else is in the room. I guess it's just embarrassing to you. I guess I should have seen that coming. Given the way that you used to act around her as a kid, always looking out for her, protecting her from things that scared her, sharing your food with her. Quite the gentleman you were. Really? You had your suspicions that early on? Motherly instinct, sweetheart. We share a laugh. It was confusing at first. I didn't really know what these new feelings were. I'd start to notice little things about her that I didn't see before. Like how pretty her eyes are, how nice she smells, or how cute she looks when she's trying to concentrate. I sigh dreamily. Yeah, I'll admit it. She's got me good. So what's holding you back? Well, I don't really know what girls that well. How am I supposed to know if she likes me back? Teenage love. Well, look at it this way. When a girl likes you, she'll do a few things and try and signal that interest. Does she maintain eye contact with you a lot, laugh at your jokes, offer to come to your place or invite you along, compliment you? Kinda, yeah. I mean, a lot of those things, yeah. But sometimes she acts a little bit off. As in, there are days where she doesn't really want to talk to me or anyone else. There's something that she's hiding, but she keeps her walls up and doesn't let me in. Like today, she was having a really bad nightmare, saying stuff like she's really tired and she feels bad about her feeling useless. But she never wants to talk about it and just brushes me off whenever I try and help her. Well, there was a long gap in your history together. Perhaps something happened in her life, something that she isn't ready to share just yet. Patience is a virtue, sweetheart. But it's a boring virtue. You have to understand it from her perspective. Sometimes people just don't want to share. I know it must be frustrating. You want to help, but she's not letting you. Yeah, as much as we would like to, sometimes we just can't just force ourselves into someone's life like that. Besides, we have no idea what her reasoning is. I'm sure she'll tell you when she feels comfortable doing so. But doesn't that mean she doesn't trust me yet? Not necessarily. From what you told me, she enjoys spending time with you. She certainly does trust you, just not on that level just yet. It'll come in time. Anyway, unfortunately, I have to go. A lot of work has to be done still. It was lovely talking to you again, sweetheart, and keep me updated on Sayori situation, especially if anything major pops up, okay? Well, sure thing, Mom. And thanks. Your advice has been really helpful. You're very welcome, darling. Bye. Beep. Bye. Both my mother and Sayori gone, the room feels strangely empty. As I meander upstairs into my room and flop onto my chair, my mother's words echo in my mind. Maybe Sayori does like me too then. Huh? Well, even if she does, what am I meant to do? Am I meant to make the first move? Ask her to a date? Or be my girlfriend? Although, if we've been hanging out, just us two, isn't that already technically a date? God! I don't know! Ugh. I think I'll just see how the next couple of weeks go and not push anything. Primarily because I don't know what I'm doing. Neither do I, really. With a weary sigh, I boot up my computer. There's no way I'll be able to get any homework done with all this on my mind. Video games should be a nice way to relax. It's Halloween coming up, so let's pick a horror game. You want to do 3 scary games? This one looks tempting. Third-person survival horror, police detective, nightmare simulation. Let's do fun. Are you playing Resident Evil? I mean, third person and... Well, I guess it was police detective and not zombies, so can't exactly be the same as Resident Evil, but that's the first thing that came to mind. All right. New day. Man, do I regret staying up late yesterday. I knew it would be a bad idea. I knew I'd struggle staying awake. In ways more than one, I really am my worst enemy. Rarely, I pull myself back to the land of the living, determined to make an effort to pay attention to Sakurai. Would anyone care to give me a brief recap of the events that took place at the start of the war? It's alright, don't line up at once. I grin at him, marveling at how his humor is possibly the only thing keeping me awake. I hope he doesn't ask me, though. It's hard enough staying awake, let alone actively contribute. Luckily, Shiori spares me from that positivity, giving him a perfect answer. Well explained. Your teacher definitely deserves a pay raise. Here he chuckles to himself, carrying on. Well, I paid attention for a couple minutes. That means I'm entitled to a nap, right? Clearly. Oh, we went to something else. Let's save. What's this? Oh, hey, Alex. Yeah? Oh man. She looks shyly at the ground. Do you think we'll be friends forever? What do you mean? Like, we're pretty young and we've been friends for a while. When we moved to junior high school, we'll still be friends, right? And even when we moved to high school. Hey, Sayori. Where is this coming from? Of course we will be. You're my best friend. I always enjoy hanging out with you. You're my best friend too, Alex. You've always been really nice to me. I just don't want to lose that. Sayori, you're being so silly. I know. I have an idea. Something that means we'll always be friends. Ooh, what? We should get married. Married? Oh, whoa. Isn't that what grown-ups do? Yeah, but we're 8 now. That's a pretty big number. Anyway, what do you think? If we're married, does that mean we're friends forever? I think so, yeah. I mean, my parents are friends and they're married, so that must mean that's how it works, right? Okay, how do we, do it then? I think you have to get a grown-up to say it. Let me go find Mommy, hang on. Mommy! Yes, darling, what's up? Me and Sayori are getting married. Marriage, eh? My, that's really mature of you two. She smiles fondly at us both. Oh, you two are so cute together. But being married isn't easy, you know. You'll have to support each other, and more importantly, you'll have to do special things for your partner. Like what? Mom leans forward, a playful look in her eyes. Things like sharing your chocolate, Sayori. Sayori gasps. Do you think you could do that? And Alex, you'll have to compromise too. What does that mean? Oh, no. Well, let's just say that one day you wanted to play video games, but Sayori wanted to go to the park. What do you do? Easy, we go outside first, then come in and play. Come on, Mommy, this marriage stuff is so easy. Mom chuckles to herself. Oh, if it were that easy. Well, you're clearly ready then. Yes, that's what I thought. We'll be best friends forever. Even in 50 years. Even in 50,100. Wait, that's a big number, right? Aww. With a start, I'm jolted back to the present. Jeez, this isn't the kind of history I expected to learn about when I started this class. Man, where did it all go wrong? We used to be inseparable. Best friends until the end, no matter what happened. I know we're talking and getting along again these days, but there were a few good years when we had no contact. And she said she loves being around me and she didn't want to lose what we had, even though she probably felt estranged as we began to adrift. As Sakurai talked, an uncomfortable feeling of guilt bubbles up within me. But we're friends now, right? There's no sense laminating on the past. Now everyone, open your textbooks to the segment on trench warfare. I want you to write out the main features, what it was, how it worked, and how both sides tried to break out of it. Well, looks like I can't get away with just idly listening to the background anymore. After a while, the bell rings. The usual stampede occurs when the student's eager to head to lunch. Oh, it's just a lunch bell. That's not the bell for end of the day. As I make my way over to the courtyard, I spot Natsuki. Hey, Natsuki, how you doing? Oh, it's you. I'm all right, I guess. There's an awkward moment of silence, given, I suppose, as this is one of my first times talking to Natsuki one-on-one. Looking forward to the Halloween party? Should be fun, I guess. By the way, I don't suppose you've seen Sayori, have you? Don't you guys like school together? Yeah, but she wasn't there this morning and wouldn't have replied to my text. I ended up walking alone. Huh, weird. Nah, I haven't seen her. I'll tell you if I see her. Thanks. I'm on my way to have lunch if you want to join. No, I'm good. I've already eaten anyway. Oh, okay. See you around then. She dismissively waves and turns around. Bye. I wonder if she's like this with everyone she meets. I don't have much time to ponder the question as I once again spot Yuri on my way to the courtyard. With Sayori absent, I don't really feel like sitting alone. Yuri seems happy to talk last time, and I can't imagine today would be any different. Hey Yuri! Once again, my greeting startles her. It's slightly comical, although I do feel a little bad for making her jump. Alex, sorry, I didn't expect you again. I'll stop being a ninja, I promise. She laughs softly, closing her book and pulling out a box of food. Mind if we sit outside again? She nods and stands up. Let's go. By the way, have you seen Sayori around? Sayori? Did she not walk with you? Nope, didn't meet me this morning, didn't answer my calls. Uh-oh. Just wondering if you've seen her around or anything. I can't say I have, I apologize. Oh, no worries. I didn't expect you to have. I don't think she came to school today. Temporary lull of conversation feels a little awkward. Yuri isn't the greatest with leading a conversation or diverting a topic. She's fiddling with her hair, clearly thinking hard for someone to say. Anyway, I'm curious. What are your thoughts on Halloween? Given you like horror so much. Oh, well, are you sure you want to know? I hate to bore you. Nah, not at all. I asked you specifically after all. It wouldn't bore me in the slightest. Well, to be truthful, most people typically feel frightened by all the monsters and horror villains that come out to play. Halloween, ironically enough, makes me feel safer. Yeah, why is that? I feel like I belong if that makes sense. That's not weird, is it? Yuri, seriously, you don't have to worry about it. I'm not going to make fun of you or anything, I promise. What do you mean by belong? Well, it's a day where most people get into the spirit of horror. I suppose, but I'm not sure if Halloween is supposed to be ultra super scary or if it's just fun scary. There's kind of a difference. If only for one day, it's a day where the macabre becomes the norm. I get a sense of belonging from it because Halloween is typically comprised of horror stories, movies, etc. Although I'm not much of a fan of the commercialism. It detracts a little from Halloween's actual meaning. Oh, you mean all the cheesy bats, spiders, skeletons that hang up in stores? Precisely. Yeah, that's understandable. I'll admit I'm not huge into horror, but Halloween's always been fun. Sarah and I used to prank each other, scare each other with stories, that sort of thing. Obviously, we haven't done that in a good few years. Another pang of guilt. Spending such a day with someone else, I imagine that must be wonderful to share. That's definitely something. We carved pumpkins together over the weekend. We'll be bringing them to the club, actually, so you can check them out. I'll look forward to it. Back to your initial question, though. As frightening as horror villains can be, I would be hard-pressed to deny that their personalities or motives are interesting. Take Frankenstein's monster, for instance. The very fact it isn't... Bleh. The very fact that it isn't given a name and only referred to as the monster makes you think it would behave like a mindless beast. Yet once it's created, it's unaware of its own identity and even becomes frightened. It's even able to forge relationships with a family of peasants and even save a human girl. Yet it is continually misunderstood, even being shot for its efforts. Even after being mistreated by its creator, it still mourns the creator's death. Hardly the behavior and emotion which you would accept a typical monster to display, don't you think? I don't even know what you just said. Well, I can always count on Yuri for a thought-provoking discussion, that's for sure. When you put it like that, I can definitely see what you mean. I guess just by labeling something as a monster, people automatically assume it'll behave like one, right? So, in given a personality and, well, human emotions, it does make you question whether the monster is really, well, a monster. Definitely, it's honestly fascinating. The rest of the lunch break passes in a blur. Before I know it, the bell is rung. It's time to go. Well, that's another day over. Sayori's been on my mind all day, no matter how much I try. Oh, this is the end of the day? I thought it would have been like normal school where you get a lunch break, then you have other classes to go to, but if this is the end of the day, that's totally fine by me. She's probably just ill, given the stuff she eats. I guess it was bound to happen sooner or later. Still, can't hurt to check for myself. Oh boy. Hey, Sayori! It's me! Was just wondering if you're okay, because you didn't come to school today. There's a muffled shuffling as I hear footsteps slowly walk towards the door. You didn't have to. I just wasn't feeling well, that's all. I've been trying to sleep it off, so that's why I missed your calls. Sorry. No worries. Hey, what do you have? A sore throat? Fever? I just got a really bad headache, and I'm feeling really dizzy. Honestly, an excuse I use to get out of work. I can get some stuff from the pharmacy if you'd like. Should make you feel better. No, it's okay. I think I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. As she's talking, I can't help but notice what a mess the room is. I know Sayori has never been on the neat side, but this looks worse than usual. Oh, you're taking medicine for your headache already? Huh? She frantically follows where I'm pointing and swiftly hides the medicine packet in her pocket. Oh, those? Yeah. See? You don't have to get medicine for me after all. Right. Anyway, I'm sorry if I'm not in the mood to talk. This headache is a real meanie. If you don't mind, I'm gonna try and get some more sleep. See ya. Sayori, wait. What is it, Alex? Look, I know you're concerned about me and it's really sweet, but for once, can you just stop it? I'm okay. I'm just really tired and not feeling myself. I stare at her. Hurt. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you. I just really am not in a good mood right now. It's okay. I guess it's on me for worrying too much. Well, I hope you feel better soon, Sayori. I hope so as well. Hold on. More thumbnail moments. The soft click of the door is my only response. Man, what is happening with her? Save again. There's something going on here that I'm not realizing. The nightmares, the days where she's not herself, the refusal to accept my help, but then the next day she's totally fine, back to her cheery self. Gah! Am I just overreacting? Maybe I do just worry about her too much. Thinking about it, if the roles were reversed, would I find her overbearing? Although I don't have anything to hide. Well, as Mom said, I've got to give it time, so I guess all I have to do is wait. Hopefully it'd be that simple. For now, I'll just play along with her and try to dial back my concern. As tough as that'll be. Another day passes. What is going on? I really hope that it's not the same as in the original without the mod, that it wasn't like a glitch that Sayori was caused. Like, the reason why Sayori is acting like this was because of a glitch. I really hope it was. Whoa, what are we? Oh, is it Halloween? The refreshing crispness in the air. Oh, hold on, closed out of the game accidentally. The vibrant flurry of reds and oranges and yellows gently swirling down from the treetops is definitely autumn. And with autumn comes Halloween. Is it Halloween? Save. Well, I'm not into horror as much as someone like Yuri. I've always enjoyed Halloween. It gives me a good excuse to indulge in all things horror, not to mention prank my friends and enemies. Man, Sayori and I used to go all out on each other when it came to Halloween pranks. Speaking of, she's late as usual. Sayori, there you are. Hurry up or we'll miss out on all the fun. Oh, no way! Oh, I love it. I'm going as fast as I can. I took a little nap after school, so I was putting on my costume. A little nap, huh? Something tells me that this nap was more than just a cat nap. Well, you still look pretty nice at least. A cowgirl, huh? Liking the Halloween twist on it. Has a really cool vibe to it. You look great as well, Alex. I haven't seen you in a costume for ages. It really brings back memories. Ah, thanks. Yeah, can you believe that I actually put effort into this? I wish I could see what I was, but if she's a cowgirl, she looks more like a pirate. Like, she's got the skull like she's a pirate. I laughed to myself. There I was thinking I'd outgrown Halloween, yet here I am. Well, you have to. It's Halloween after all. I just wonder what the others are gonna look like. Her question lingers in my head as we make our way to the school. Although along the way I spot a couple of other people also dressed up. One guy doesn't look too out of the ordinary. Brown fedora, red and green sweater. Its hat, it's his glove that's a giveaway. It sports a row of blades. Upon the closer inspection, his face looks charred and burned. Impressive makeup, to say the least. Sari flinches as she passes him. I don't like to look at that guy. I bet he'll give me the nightmares. Whether it was an intentional pun or not is up for debate. Ooh, look at them, Alex. I can't help but grin as I see what Sayori's pointing to. A group effort when one person is a brown Great Dane dog onesie. Next to him stands a nervous-looking guy with a shaggy brown hair, while a confident-looking blonde man leaps in the pack, accompanied by two. Are they Scooby-Doo? It's a pretty big contrast from the costume we saw beforehand. The walk to school feels more like a parade with a variety of characters ranging from horror to cute, western to eastern. A creepy-looking pale girl with jet black hair covering her face ambles past us without a word. Siri clings to me. Why do people have to dress up so scarily? Well, it is Halloween. I know. It's just some of these costumes and the makeup are so convincing. I squeeze her hand gently. Sayori, there's just people having fun. Look, I'll say hello to the next one. You'll see they're just celebrating Halloween. There's nothing to be afraid of. She doesn't look very convinced, but nods anyway. Oh, did I miss something? No, I didn't. Next person to walk by us doesn't look too scary. Kind of looks like a janitor with dark overalls and an expressionless white mask. Sure, the mask is a bit unsettling, but at least okay, never mind. He's got a huge knife. Hey, nice costume. The masked man doesn't reply, although he does stop walking. Now he's just standing there wordlessly looking at us both. I don't think this is doing Sayori any favors. You, on your way to a party? No response. He tilts his head as his fingers fiddle with the hilt of the knife. Well, Sayori tugs my sleeve as the man carries on walking. Maybe he was a mime. Sure, let's go with that. I don't want to put any disturbing thoughts in. The school grounds look completely different at night with the lights out and the usual noise absent. The whole building has a totally different vibe. I can't help but shiver at the slightly as we draw near. It's crazy how the hustle and bustle of the place really brings it to life. With all that gone, the sleeping school looks like the typical haunted buildings that you see in horror movies. The windows, devoid of any light, are sinister and uninviting. The faint light of the moon basks the grounds in an ethereal glow. Either way, we must be the only students who are breaking into the school to celebrate Halloween. Hardly the most wild of places to break into, but the sight in front of me confirms that it's perfect for the festivity. Alex? Don't tell me you're scared, Sayori. Hey, you are too! I puff my chest out in a comedic display of foul bravado. Am not! She playfully rolls her eyes. If you say so. By the way, where are the others? Right behind you! I can't help but let out a yelp of surprise as the unexpected voice caused me to jump out of my skin. Meanwhile, Sayori is in a furious fit of giggles, shaking, and laughter. Hey, what's so funny? Don't tell me you weren't scared either. I saw her coming. Monica. Nice! Looks like a wizard. That looks cute. Monica holds an expression torn between sympathy and amusement. Sorry, Alex, but it was too good to opportunity to pass up. You should have seen your reaction. I pull a face. Very funny. Nice costume, by the way. She does a twirl. Thank you. I wasn't sure what to go with in the end. It felt weird putting on a costume. I can't even remember the last time I did anything for Halloween. I'm guessing this is the first time you've broken into school, huh? You shouldn't be proud of that, Alex. Aw, come on, Monica. Where's your rebellious teenage spirit? You're a witch, after all. Aren't you? Are you meant to get up into mischief? Yeah, come on. It'll be fun. No one will find out. In all the excitement preparing for Halloween, I totally forgot that Monica was a perfect student. The thought of breaking in, especially in this school, must be completely foreign to her. Still, sometimes you've got to have a little fun. Today of all days as well. A wry smile looks its way onto her face. Just for today. Oh my goodness. That is so creepy. Holy crap. As it turns out, breaking into school is kind of easy. That, or we got lucky, we managed to find a window that's unlocked. The interior of the darkest school just looks just as spooky as the exterior. My imagination is doing me no favors. Every sound we make seems exceedingly unwelcome, like we stumbled into a den of monsters. Even with Sayori and Monica near me, I can't help but feel uneasy. I was all for the idea of breaking into school, but now that we're actually inside, it's only just dawning on me how creepy dark in the school really is. You just gotta get the thrill of Halloween. I swear, I heard a rumor that a couple of years ago a student committed suicide in this very school. Did she hang herself? I shiver as I simultaneously try to block out the memory. I remember more of it. No, that wasn't it. She just disappeared one day. No trace of her, although her very being was just deleted. Gone. Like that. Sorry. Snap. I mentally shake myself. No, that didn't happen. These are just silly rumors that school kids like to spread to creep each other out, but a part of me just can't help but imagine. Sorry, just checking the time. What if that actually did happen? Would her ghost be roaming these very halls, twisted with vengeance, prowling for victims? What if? Here we are! Monica's voice snaps me out of my spectral spiel. Thanks, Monica. We're outside the club room. I can spot Yuri and Natsuki inside, poring over a pumpkin carving. It's a shame we're doing it in this room. Huh? Why? Well, it's Halloween, right? Classroom opposite to us is where that one student hung herself. I freeze as Monica winks at me, opening the door. Whoa! Whoa! This is awesome. Hey guys! You two look great. Oh, nice, a maiden. Looks cool. Yuri blushes, looks like she's gone some sort of gothic vampire. Oh, no, more vampire, I guess. That makes more sense, but I guess like a vampiric maiden. Which, given her taste in horror and poetry, is a really good fit. Thank you, Monica. It is quite enjoyable to express my love for horror in this way. Poems are, of course, gratifying to write, but this makes a nice change. Sorry. Yusari wanders over, trying to figure out what Yuri is meant to be. Are you, a vampire? Yes, a gothic one, in the vein of Anne Rice's Vampire. It's not too dark, is it? Relax, Yuri. It's Halloween, It's pretty much a day dedicated to horror. It's fitting. Yeah, I really like yours as well, Natsuki. Pretty spooky. Aw, she actually looks pretty cute. Yeah, let me do this. Perfect thumbnail, really. Oh, that should be your name for today. Sayori, what the heck are you? Natsuki. That's your new name. It's super fitting. Natsuki looks at Monica and Yuri in a desperate plea. After getting no response, she sighs deeply and starts up again. Sayori, yeah? That is literally the stupidest thing I've heard all day. Everyone but Sayori bursts out into laughter. Hey, that's super mean. Sorry, but it's the truth. But it's cute. Cute? I'm a skeleton. How in the world is that cute? It's Halloween. This day is supposed to be like the opposite of cute. Sorry. Well, I won't lie. It's a pretty fitting name, Natsuki. She grins. Sorry. Oh, come on, Yuri. Oh, come on. Yuri could have come up with a better nickname. Yuri? You're putting me on the spot here, Natsuki. To her credit, at least she didn't call her Natsuki. Alex? Sorry, I really can't pronounce Sayori in her moment of glory. Fine, but only if I get to give her a dumb nickname too. Wait, Sayori, what exactly are you? Cowgirl, right? Sayori tips her hat down and drops the Southern cowboy drawl. It's new. Bang! Ha! Sorry. Ha! Well, not a very good one. There's silence for the moment. If you listen closely, you can almost hear the tumbleweed going by. Wow, fitting for a cowboy at least. Sayori, it's midnight. It's high moonlit. That's a good one. That's a good one then. You've been watching too many spaghetti westerns, Sayori. Spaghetti? Now I'm just hungry. Wait. Perfect. This is part of the reason why I like Halloween. It really brings everyone together, even if the premise of the festivity is a bit dark. I figured you'd like Halloween the most, Yuri. It's pretty much a day dedicated to horror, although it's pretty great seeing a skeleton, a cowboy, a vampire, and a witch all in the same room. Not exactly every day you get to see that. I just remembered all the silly things we get up onto, all the pranks, these scary movies. Yeah, it's pretty silly, but that's what makes it fun. Plus, I can't wait to scare you with all my ghost stories. It's gonna be the best. Ah, that's spooky! Please don't make it too scary. We already passed up a bunch of people in terrifying outfits on the way here. This horrible guy with a glove made of knives. Yuri smiles softly. No surprise she recognizes the character. You won't sleep tonight, will you, Sayori? Sorry, Sayori. Can't make any promises. We all share a collective laugh as Sayori pouts. Speaking of festivities, I brought something that I believe would contribute to the intoxicating nature of the mysticum of Halloween. It's rather decadent, but since it's a special occasion, Yuri slides a slender black wine bottle out of her. Its glass takes on an alluring shine beneath the fluorescent lights. Do it again. I was able to find a nice Chianti. Yuri, is this apple cider, Yuri? No, I think that's wine. I've done something wrong again, haven't I? Ooh. I don't think alcoholic drinks are allowed on school grounds now, are they? And to mention that we're underage, are we? Although what's never really stopped anyone from drinking. I'm sorry. I just thought that given that we're trespassing anyway, I don't know what I was thinking, and now the atmosphere is ruined too. It's fine, Yuri. At least you didn't bring it during a regular club meeting. Just be careful not to let anyone catch you with it. I'll have to admit, though, you're the last person I would have expected to bring something like that here. Yuri must be under the influence of the witching hour or something. There's still an hour or so until the witching hour. You know what I mean. Hey, it's okay. It'll just add to the story. The story? Yeah, you know, the story that we'll be telling people later about tonight. Hey, you better leave that spooky stuff out of it. Nope. Say, alright. That's spooky. All right. Cut it out, you two. To be honest, though, I am a bit curious about how the wine tastes. Oh, come on, Monica. Aren't you supposed to be the responsible one here? She is president. You're right. She casts a wistful glaze at the wine, and she says that, though. Sayori and Natsuki seem to be glancing at the bottle curiously, as well as Yuri hesitantly stows it back in her bag. Okay, everyone, let's move on to the main event, shall we? Who wants to share their poems first? Oh, man. I'm curious to see what's gonna happen. Let's see. Let's go. Let's find out Yuri's poem first. She's a big fan of horror. Ethereal. Somber sounds of midnight malice float around a chastity's chalice, riding otherworldly winds, letters torn from nails pinned. A looming figure takes my hand, leading me through with a sympathy canned. Cumbersome weights ride my shoulders with the serenity of falling boulders. Their words are muffled by lament, false reassurance fails to dent the fierce facade of fleeting fear. Time is lost, no longer here. Cobalt nerves, fractured soul, with the luminescence of coal, clacking footsteps from below, echo, 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 echo. Wow. I still could not read some of that. It's still in cursive. I really don't like cursive. For a moment, the room is silent. Oh no, I went too far, didn't I? No, it's just the kind of thing we're looking for. Would you mind telling us what you were thinking about when you wrote this? Okay, maybe take a deep breath. It's a bit hard to describe, but sometimes there are nights where my mind just seems to be full of noise. Nights where I can bear it. She trails off, absent-mindedly. Did she get caught up in her own poem that much? Hey, Earth to Yuri! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get sidetracked. It's okay, Yuri, don't feel like you have to rush. Yeah, take your time. Right. Well, as I was saying, I wanted to try to capture the feeling that one might have on a bit of a dark night. Wait, aren't all nights dark? It's a metaphor, Sayori. I think Yuri's trying to talk about when people are going through a difficult time. That's right, Alex. The dead of night can be really fickle. It can be a peace. Oh wait, I missed that. It can be a peaceful time as the world around us winds down, but sometimes being alone with our thoughts can be terrifying. Yeah, it's true. This poem was an attempt to reclaim some of that darkness. Well, I think you did a great job with that, Yuri. Yeah, I really liked it. You did? Thank you. Yeah, that was cool. Let's go with Sayori next. Go down in order. My old friend, there is a dark and hollow thing that follows close to me and clings. It sticks to me and turns in when I spin around and discern in the dark and the deep a faintest shape it keeps. It goes away when sunlight shines. The sun shines sweet and warm and kind. But does it really? Is it gone? What are you talking about? Pennywise? Or does it secretly keep on? Is it really hiding there, staring from beneath the chair, glaring from atop the stairs, nowhere but yet everywhere? In the corner, in the gap, I stare in, and it looks back, weighing and weighing down, draining out. The reference that you're calling it can only make me think of that movie, It. That was very interesting, Sayori. I always enjoy seeing a poem step out of their comfort zone a little bit, especially when it comes to writing horror. What do you mean? You typically don't write darker poems, correct? Unless I misinterpreted. No, you're right, Yuri. That was a real change of pace, and it was fun. Well, I'm glad my suggestion has gone down well, too. Then, I figured it would be fitting for the occasion. Haha, don't give her too much praise. She'll start thinking she's the next Stephen King. Hey! I'd be a great horror writer. Actually, no, wait, I wouldn't. I'm not big on, actually scary stuff. Makes sense. What's this poem about anyway? Ooh, well, it's about whatever you think it's about. Are you trying to sound like Yuri? No, silly. I didn't write it with a specific thing in mind. It can be whatever you fear the most. Hiding away, always there, never leaving. Even when you think it's all sunshine and rainbows, it never truly goes away. So it can be whatever you think it is. A terrible secret, a scary monster, a childhood fear of the dark. It could be made up, or it could be real. It doesn't just scare you. Maybe it drains you as well, bit by bit. And what makes it scary is knowing it's always there. Yeah, that's actually accurate. It's safe to say that no one expected that from her. The temporary silence in the room confirms that. Asuki frowns, evidently nonplussed by what she just heard. Even the cool, calm, collected Monica looks a little taken aback. Yuri, on the other hand, smiles contently, seemingly unfazed by the somber explanation coming from Sayori's mouth. Just let that sink in. Another thumbnail moment. Wow. Okay, it's not just me who didn't see that coming, right? Laughter fills the club. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. That's another good one. I mean it, Sayori. Your use of metaphors and use of darker thematic imagery was very refreshing to see. Just do me a favor and don't turn into another Yuri, okay? Atsuki! Kidding. It was great, Sayori. Ah, you guys. Yeah, that was good for Sayori. Let's see Natsuki's next. The fact that she frowned it either made it seem like that was disappointing or it was heavily inferior to her. So let's see. The dark. Sometimes I lie awake at night, sitting in a room devoid of light, and think about the monsters waiting in the dark. I can't even imagine what they look like. Maybe sharp claws and skin lined with spikes. Maybe a mouth that could swallow me whole. Maybe red eyes that could pierce my soul. They could eat me right now, and if they wanted, yet they wait. Waiting for me to close my eyes. Waiting for me to dream of the light. Waiting for the perfect moment to strike. But now I'm thinking about the monsters, and I'm still lying awake in the dark. That seems like every kid's fear. Yeah, I know, it's not great. Actually, I quite like Natsuki. It's pretty obvious that horror isn't something out of your comfort zone, but you did an exceptional job at combining your style of writing with horror. Fear is a very complex emotion, so it's a challenge putting it into simpler words. But I'd say you did quite well. I would have to agree with Monica. Fear isn't something that is meant to be completely misunderstood. The complexity behind what a poem fears and why they're afraid of it is almost unfathomable. But your poem is about fear. It's about a fear of the dark, and more specifically, a fear of the unknown, yes? Yeah? I don't like not knowing what's there. I don't like not feeling safe. My poem is all about how your imagination plays tricks on you when you're in the dark. You know, there's no such thing as monsters, but you can never be completely sure. That's what scares me. That uncertainty. I can relate. But as But as I was saying, it's certainly a feat encapsulating something as complex as fear into 4 simple statins. Natsuki smiles proudly. What can I say? I'm good at what I do. Yeah, well done, Natsuki. Sayori, if you say that one more time, I'll... Anyway, moving on. Dude, we don't want that in the club room. All right, let's see Monika's now. We saw like all theirs. So let me go ahead and save this again, just to be safe. Revere. I wake up. Cold. Black night. Silent and still. I fall to my knees. Splinters in my hand. Dust in the air. Cold. Where am I? I reach for the light I need. Is it there? The switch is pressed. I feel the warmth on my face, and my hands and my arms are wake up. It's dark all over, cold, silent and numb. I reach my hand out. I have no eyes to see, but I can feel it. I press the switch. The warmth fills me. The dark comes again. I die again. I wake up. Noise in my ears. Voices? Cold. I reach out and feel nothing. Where is it? Wasn't it real? Wasn't it here? Everyone reaches, but no one can touch it. The dark comes again. We all die again. I wake up. Here again? Whoa. That's deep. Monika bows a little bit after she finishes. I mull over what she read. I don't really get it. That sounded like something Yuri would have written. Oh, is that a bad thing? Of course not. What does revere mean? I don't think I've heard of it before. It's an English word that means something like having a pleasant daydream, but it comes from a French word that means madness. Appropriate for Halloween, isn't it? Monika's smile is looking a bit more sinister than normal somehow. How cultured. Yuri looks a little distressed at the implication of Natsuki's sarcasm and the idea that Monika's poem sounded like something she might have written. Do both meanings relate to the poem? You could say that. What do you mean? It reflects on how a blissful act can make the pain go away. For a little while. Oh boy. That's all of them. Alright guys, all your poems have been pretty good so far, but just wait till you hear my poem. An evil grin stretches across my face as I whip out my poem. If you're this confident, I'll be looking forward to your recitation. Did you put any extra effort into this one, Alex? Well, not quite. What's that supposed to mean? It's not a poem that I wrote myself. Alex, but, I promise you that it's very appropriate for the occasion. This is a poem that has an urban legend attached to it. Supposedly, if you read it out loud, you'll be cursed that something tragic happens to you. Maybe even death. Ah! Alex, it's so scary! I know, right? It's great. The poem is titled Tomino's Hell, written by a poet named Saijo Yaso. And it just so happens that this is the poem that I will be reading to you all at this very moment. Alex! Don't do it! What if something bad really happens to you? Pfft, yeah, right. It's called an urban legend for a reason, you know. Emphasis on legend as in something that's not real. I don't know if I would believe that. Still, I like to see the data on all the people who read the poem so far. And statistically speaking, it's likely that something tragic will eventually happen to you anyway. I find that there's always some element of truth behind these stories, though. Of course not. This truth might not reflect the literal meaning of the stories and legends. However, there's likely a message behind that legend. Yeah, I'm not gullible enough to believe any of this stuff, though. All right, guys, let's settle down. You can all voice your thoughts after I read it. Oh, I have to read it. Tomino's Hell. Elder sister vomits blood, younger sister's breathing fire, while sweet little Tomino just spits up the jewels. All alone does Tomino go falling into that hell, a hell of utter darkness without even flowers. Is Tomino's big sister the one who whips him? The purpose of the scourging langs dark in his mind. Lashing and thrashing him, but never quite shattering. One such path to Avachi, the eternal hell, into the blackest of hells, given him now, I pray, to the golden sheep, to the nightingale. How much did he put into that leather pouch to prepare for his trek to the eternal hell? Spring is coming to the valley, to the wood, to spiraling chasms of the blackest hell. The nightmare in her cage, the sleep abroad the wagon, and tears well up in the eyes of sweet little Tomino. Sing, O nightingale, in the vast misty forest. He screams, he only misses his little sister. He only misses his little sister. His wailing desperation echoes throughout hell. A fox peony opens its golden petals down past the 7 mountains and 7 rivers of hell. The solitary journey of sweet little Tomino. If in this hell they be found, may they then come to me, please. Those sharp spikes of punishment from Needle Mountain. Not just on some empty whim is flesh pierced with blood-red pins. They sever as hellish signposts from sweet little Tomino. I'm sorry, I didn't even catch what that all meant. Not sure if it's just me overthinking it, but I feel a strange chill running down my spine after reading that. Alex, that was seriously too scary. Ha, it was alright. I should probably downplay it, at least for Sayori's sake. I have to agree with you, Sayori. It had a very creepy, old-fashioned feel to it. After hearing that, I wouldn't doubt that if something bad looms in your future. Monica! Personally, I found that poem quite beautiful. Of course, it's certainly eerie, but there's a lot of symbols and metaphors that I could pick out just from hearing that one reading. I think I'll have to look into this poem more in my free time. Psh, you guys think that was scary? It was pretty meh, in my opinion. The poem was clearly trying too hard to be edgy and smart. If I may respectfully disagree. The tone and word of the poem matches its content. It's not written in that way simply to be edgy. After all, if I misunderstood it correctly, Tomino was banished to hell for murdering his own parents. Eh? How'd you get all that out of the poem? Well, it mentions that Tomino is on the way to Avachi, the lowest of hells in Buddhism, and killing one parent is one way that you get sent there. Oh, well, whatever. I still don't like it. Well, you guys can agree to disagree, but whether you like the poem or not, you have to agree that it and the legend attached to it are pretty interesting, right? I mean, I guess. Alex, I'm gonna have to keep a good eye on you from now on, just in case that legend comes true. Sayori, there's probably a bigger chance that something bad will happen to you first, given how clumsy you are. Hey! We all share a laugh with Sayori joining in after a moment of pouting. Awesome. Guys, this has been so enjoyable. It's fun to scare your friends with silly pranks and dressing up, and this is also fun. Although, I don't really like horror that much, it's just so scary to think what could be out there. Ah! Stop being a chicken, Sayori. Hey, you're the one who got scared by Monica earlier. The girls all laugh at my expense as I let out a groan. Ugh. She never gonna let me live this one down. Touche. Anyway, it's ghost story time, right? I don't really know many ghost stories, to be honest. Sorry. But I looked on the internet to find some. Most were super long, like this one about, what was it? Some kind of sleep experiment? Sayori, you're rambling. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I'm new to telling stories. I'm new to telling scary stories. I'm curious though, guys. What sights or sounds scare you? I'll be honest with you. Silence scares me, especially after I read a gripping horror story. Is it just me who finds reverse music really creepy? Pardon my language. Fucked up music is horrifying. Like so many times I saw and listened to music like on YouTube of like dark Christmas music, and I'm the kind of guy who actually really loves Christmas, but hearing that music is just terrifies me. My piano teacher showed me a few reverse pieces once. It just felt wrong to listen to. Yeah, whether that be reverse music or just screwed up music that, like I said, that I call fucked up music. Especially when there's vocals. You start hearing things that aren't there. I don't know. Come on, Natsuki, there has to be something out there that creeps you out. Ugh. You just laugh. We won't. She's right, Natsuki. We all shared. What is it? Her right ears her eyes, talking to the floor. Noises that children's toys make. It's just like when I'm home alone and I think of like a Jack-in-the-Box playing itself. It'd creep you guys out too. Nah, I'm with you. I always found anything to do with children is scary, especially in the dark. The sound of babies crying, for example. Normally it's annoying, but if I heard it in the dark and there was no one else around, I shiver. Well, it's fitting that you mentioned that, Alex. Don't you remember that argument we had on Halloween back when we were like 10? No. Sayori, where is this going? We were both on our way to a Halloween party. It was pretty quiet out, so you could hear everything. I heard the sound of a baby crying, but it wasn't coming from inside anyone's house or anything. There weren't many people on the streets either, and it definitely wasn't one of them. It was coming from down a dark alleyway. Chill runs down my spine as I remember exactly what incident she's talking about. I remember I wanted to go out and investigate. I was scared it was a toddler in danger, but you didn't let me. You were too chicken to. Hey! Okay, we were just in a rush. But anyway, pretty creepy, right? I guess I can kind of see what you mean by babies crying being creepy. I was a bit scared myself. Looking back, I'm glad you convinced me not to go. Guess being a wimp has its perks, huh? Yuri, Sayori, and Natsuki all laugh. Monica, however, looks like she's been slapped in the face. Guys, do you not realize how lucky you were? Eh? Oh god, you have no idea. What? Sayori, did anything seem a bit off about the baby's crying? Sayori scrunches up her face in an attempt to recall. No, not really. Well, it did sound a bit repetitive though. Like, the cries didn't change much. That made it seem like it was like looping, like some recorder was just playing. Because voice shakes as she replies, guys, that's what serial killers do to lure out young women. I can't help but burst out laughing. What, pretend to be babies? Come on, Monica, you had me going for a second there, but you kind of ruined the punchline. She looks straight into my eyes. She's not happy. No, Alex. They record a clip of babies' cries and hide a speaker in a dark place. They prey on women's maternal instincts because they know they're attracted to the sounds of infants in distress. The laughter dies on my lips as a cold, sickening silence takes its place. Oh my god. That's why the cries didn't sound natural. They just recorded a small segment and replayed it over and over. It all makes sense now. The unnatural cries in the dark alleyway. A meticulous, calculated effort to ensnare a unexpected victim. Wait, hang on. Didn't Miss Kasumi go missing around that time? Miss Kasumi used to teach Sayori and I a long time ago. What happened to her exactly? Sayori shrugs. We were told that she moved away suddenly to work in a different part of the country, right? People used to spread really scary, horrible rumors about what happened to her, but they don't really make any sense. Hang on! She had a child of her own that year, didn't she? Oh god, she did. And my parents wouldn't really discuss her whenever I asked. They were super dismissive about the whole thing. I always wondered why. Oh my goodness. Wait, you guys actually believe that? Everyone looked at Natsuki shocked. Oh, come on! There's no way you guys almost walked into a trap. Besides, it's just an urban legend. What happened to their teacher then? She just disappeared and Alex's parents refused to talk about it? I don't know about you, but it just seems pretty convenient for this story. Well, maybe some things are better left off unanswered, huh? Although I do hope Sayori and I are just misremembering. Well, on that cheerful note, how about we move on to the next story? I'd like to nominate Natsuki. My story? Natsuki, do you not have one? Hey, I never said that. I do, but it's just, I got it off the internet. I don't like horror. So if it's bad, it's not my fault, okay? Natsuki clears her throat. Anyway, it's about two friends named Aoi and Nariko. Basically, there's a rumor going around that their high school about people seen going in and out an abandoned house on the outskirts of town. Most people thought they were just drug dealers, but some swore by the fact that the house was never being used by a cult of some sort. Aoi and Nariko were pretty outgoing and adventurous, so they decided one night to check the place out. They get to the house, and it's pitch black out. Luckily, Aoi brought some flashlight for the two of them. Nariko, on the other hand, brought a knife with her just in case they ran into trouble. They go inside, and the place reeks. We're talking Alex's room level of stink. Hey! How do you know what my room smells like? Was that really necessary? Sorry, I had to. Anyway, they look around for a bit. They find the door to the basement, the stairs go to the second floor, things like that. Finally, they go into the kitchen and find the source of the smell. There's some weed on the table, and it looks like to be recently used. This confirms Aoi's suspicion that it's just a drug dealer, and she wants to leave. Nariko, on the other hand, still wants to snoop around for a bit. They get into an argument with each other, and with Nariko calling Aoi a coward because she thinks Aoi wants to leave since she's afraid of all the rumors. Then Nariko goes, yeah, well, if you're afraid, then go down to the basement. Aoki gladly accepts and walks over to the basement door. As soon as she opens it, she feels a sharp pain in her back, and before she can react, she gets pushed down the stairs. She trembles down the stairs, and once she hits the bottom, she realizes she can't feel her legs. Her vision is blurred, but she can't barely make out a figure standing at the top of the stairs with a knife. Last thing Aoi hears before she passes out is Nariko's footsteps as she descends down the stairway, and as an old, grizzled voice said, "This one will do nicely." The very next day, Nariko and Io call in sick. It's kind of a shame, really, because they miss out on all the talk about how someone heard strange animal-like growls coming from the old abandoned house in the outskirts of town. So, yeah. Hope you liked it or whatever. What happened to Nariko and Aoi at the end? They didn't die, did they? Use your imagination. Nice story, Natsuki. Cults usually provide good fodder for horror stories. Indeed, I read quite a few novels involving cults. Yeah, you certainly do, Yuri. Doesn't Portrait of Markov involve something like that? Something similar, yes. Speaking of Yuri and horror stories, how about you go next, Yuri? Me? Alright then. Give it your best shot. Sorry, I guess I'm just doing a lot of talking. You're walking alone on a pale autumnal night. The moon is graceful, casting her light down below like snowdrops. As you continue down your path, something shambles behind you. You turn around to look for what it might be, but all you see is a cluster of leaves rustled by a pale air. Slowly returning, you notice the lights in every house around you are going out, then flickering before fully extinguished. With tentative steps, you advance towards one of them to investigate. Just as you're about to reach the window, you hear something snapping behind you. A broken twig is all that remains. Uncertainty floating around inside your head, you unconsciously start walking faster away from the suburbs. Eventually, you find solace in silence, the only sound being your heartbeat. It's quiet, nothing bad seems to be happening now. Until you hear a giant cough from me. In fact, nothing at all seems to be happening. Confused, you look around and see that you're in front of your house in the street. No one is stirring, nor are there any lights. Gently pacing towards your house, you go through the door. The lights are on, television is on, but no one is in sight. This is unusual. You were expecting your parents to be home tonight. Had they gone out without telling you? No, that couldn't be it. They're always let you know where they'll be. You pull out your phone and open up your contacts to give them a call. However, no one is registered there anymore. Is it a new phone? No matter how hard you try to remember, you can't call out to them. Suddenly, there is a heavy knock on the door. You peer through the keyhole and see no one. Another knock. Another. Oh my god, your eyes got really terrifying there. Pardon me. You cautiously open the door, but there is still no one anywhere. How did this happen? Why are you all alone in the piercing silence? Silence that's so loud it fills the air. You do not know, and there isn't any way for you to find out. That's it? What a dumb story. Nothing ever happened. Where were all the scary monsters and stuff? There's no greater fear than the unknown, Natsuki. Sharp claws can be prepared for. Enigmatic silence cannot. What's more fearful, sometimes you know is coming for you, or feeling safe when you're not, in fact, or not. Quite a somber note to end on your story on, Yuri. We can always count on you for a good horror tale, huh? Anyway, I'll go next. Although, a scary story, now I think about it, I don't think I've come up with a ghost story before. I haven't read too many horror stories either. Well, I guess this isn't a surprise. Just make one up then. It'll be fun. Well, I can't say I've tried that before. Are you trying to get out telling a story? Of course not. Now that I think about it, there is one I've heard of. Monika's expression turns serious. The mood in the room turns serious. She uses the same intensity she did for when she read her poems, and everyone quiets down. A number of years ago, Tanabata had come along as does every year. It's the story of a lost little girl. Where am I? She cried. She cried and cried, hoping desperately she could find someone to help her. But the little girl was all alone. No one could hear her. But just as all hope seemed lost, she heard a voice. Isn't that night wonderful? The girl looked up. Where before there was nobody was now a man in the elegant yukata. He wore what looked like a no mask, but it was completely blank. Behind the man stood a stall, masks, and lanterns of all sorts hanging from it. How rude of me, the man admonished himself. Welcome, dear customer. Your heart seems unhappy. Why don't you take a look at my wares? The man said as he gestured to the mask behind them. Please take one that will bring a smile to your face. The girl looked at the mask. There were ones that looked frightening, one that looked strange, and one that looked exotic to many others. What about your mask, mister? The girl asked. I'm sorry, but this mask is very special. It's not for sale. The girl looked sad. I like that mask. It looks really cool. Man laughed softly. It has been called many things, but this is perhaps the first time it has been called cool. Would you like a fruit? The man asked, picking one from the tree behind him. They're sweet and delicious. The girl reached out to take it, but the man pulled his hand back. They're not for children. The girl was confused. But just tonight, it should be fine, he said as he offered his hand once again. In the festival of the night, children can become adults and adults become children. Is that true? The girl asked, and the man assured her it was. The girl took the fruit and bit into it. It was unlike anything she had tasted before. It was almost overwhelming, but the flavor was wonderful. It's good, the girl said happily. The man laughed again. I'm glad you think so. There's plenty, so please eat all you like. As she ate, the man took down a mask. What about this one? The girl took the mask. It looks like me, but she looks like a princess, the girl said in awe. Do you like it? Please, take it. But what about money? Asked the girl. I don't need money. Instead, I would like to be friends. Is that okay? Of course! Oh no. From now on, we're friends. I'm glad, the man said with gratitude. Why not put on the mask? The girl did so. She was overcome by a strange feeling. What is it? She asked. At last, long have I dreamt for this moment. My dear, my Eve, my only friend. The man smiled beneath the mask as he spoke as the light of the stars began to fade. For it is the festival of the night, where children become adults and adults become children. Let it be known. Another unconventional horror story, I see. Yep, I guess monsterless horror stories are more popular than you think. I'd rather like the mysterious tone myself. It's really reminiscent of the style of Asian horror stories. You guys have a weird sense of what scary is. I mean, this story isn't necessarily meant to scare you to death. Spirits don't have to just be frightening, you know. Well, it is Halloween. Aren't things supposed to be scary today? But Halloween is fun too, not just scary. All right, you guys, break it up. Let's just all agree to disagree again. Monica smiles gratefully at me, while Suki shoots me a disgruntled look. Anyway, I guess it's my turn to tell a story. So this is something that actually happened to a friend of mine. Oh, really? Yes, really. So it happened to Sayori then. Huh? The story is about me? Is that true, Alex? What? No, it's not. Let's just get on with the story, shall we? Right. Anyway. So this friend of mine lived alone in an apartment building. He lived in the downtown area and loved to party all night, and one night he was out as usual. However, when he stumbled back home in the early hours of the morning, he realized that he'd lost his keys and was locked out of his apartment. So he ended up having to call his landlord, who was pissed at having to wake up in the middle of the night to let him back in. But in the end, he was able to get home safely, so that's all that matters, right? I can certainly relate to that comfort feeling. Right, but when he got inside, he noticed that his keys were actually on his nightstand. So he didn't lose them after all. They weren't an extra set his landlord lent him. Nope, he was able to recognize them by the keychain he attached to it. So that's it? Pretty much, yeah. What's so scary about that? Guess you haven't realized it yet, huh? What do you mean? The apartment was locked when he got back, right? Yeah, I got that part, but his keys were still in the apartment. So how do you suppose he locked them in? Someone must have gotten into his apartment and placed them inside and locked the door themselves from the inside. And the only set of keys were my friends and his landlord, so whoever it was brought his keys back was still in the apartment when he got home. Wing, wing, wing! But who was it then? He never found out. Huh? You're gonna make me permanently paranoid. That was quite an enjoyable story, Alex. Although it was short, the realization at the end was definitely made up for that. Plus, the story calls on the real fears of things like squatters, stalkers, and killers. Who knows? Maybe one of us has a squatter living in our home, hidden away, never to be found. Stop right there! I don't even want to think about it! Okay, that story wasn't half bad. Glad you all liked it. I'll have to admit, this has been pretty fun, guys. Yeah, it really has. We should do this sort of stuff more often. Sorry, Halloween only comes around once a year. Oh, yeah. If I may make a suggestion, we all turn to look at her. Well, as it's fitting for the mood, would you like to try the Corrigan-san game? Huh? What's that? Oh, that Ouija board. Isn't that just some urban legend? Only if you believe it is, Natsuki. Ouija board stuff, huh? On one hand, although it's not very hard to scare me, I'm a bit skeptical about ghosts. Although I heard a lot of people that messing around with that dark arts is a dangerous business. I mean, we're in a dark school late at night with no one else around. If we really did open a portal for a malevolent spirit to enter our world, who knows what could happen. Nah, that's a bit too far-fetched. At least if the spooky ghost kills me, I won't have to do that math homework that I've been procrastinating for a week. Seems a lot more tempting now. Can you tell us more, Yuri? Of course. So, Kokiri-san is the name of the spirit we'll summon. The name comprises of these animals: fox, dog, raccoon. Fox, dog, raccoon. Each animal represents something different. For example, the dog is loyal and protecting, while the fox is a trickster or a teacher. You can ask Kokiri-san different things. You can ask who loves you, whether you'll become rich, etc. Hang on! You can ask anything? A devilish smile crosses their face. Why don't we ask Kokiri-san when we're going to die? Yuri looks aghast and nervously fiddling with a strand of her hair. Natsuki, there are questions you shouldn't ask, and that's one of them. Nah, come on, Yuri. This is the perfect time for it. I don't think you realize what you're getting into. There are many stories of people messing with spirits, all ending with awful consequences. Oh, come on, Yuri. Besides, it's part dog. If it starts trying to possess someone, we can throw a stick for it. Ooh. Also, it's a Shinto spirit, not a demon or ghost. That Spooky is the one wearing a bone outfit, and we all know dogs love bones, so it's just her who has to worry. Natsuki would have made a wonderful Medusa with a death glare like that. Well, seeing as we already broken in and have some illegal contraband on our hands, she shoots a wink at Yuri, who ducks her head down, blushing. Adding an animalistic wraith into the mix. Well, might as well. Yeah, that's the spirit. Okay then. We all agree. We have to get candles in, don't we? The ritual's set up and candles dimmed. We were ready to go. We also had to open a window, which according to Yuri allows the spirit to enter and exit. The ambient noise from the outside permeates the room, adding to the atmosphere within. Do that. So what happens now? Place a coin on the red gate. The Tori is where the spirit enters and exits. Now everyone please place your index finger on the coin. After a bit of crowding, we managed to squeeze everyone's tip onto the coin. Be careful not to let go of the coin. What happens if we do? Please don't. Fine. Let's get on with this already. Alright. Yuri visibly composes herself and continues. Kokori-san, if you're here, please move this coin. At first, nothing happens. Just as Natsuki thought, a silly urban No way! There's no way the coin just moved. My eyes have to be playing tricks on me. Were you even watching it? The coin initially on the red Tori slowly slides across to yes. It would have been hilarious if it slid over to no. Ooh, did you guys see that? Sorry. I just remembered something hilarious I saw on YouTube once. Even Natsuki is in a state of disbelief. Alright, who did that? Real jokesters you are. Very funny. The crickets outside can be heard clearly in the silence that follows. No one steps up to claim responsibility for the coin's movement. Wow, so that's how it's gonna be, huh? Whoever it was, just tell us already. More crickets. Fine, I'm not bringing cupcakes anymore until someone admits it. But that's Spooky! Stop calling me that! I bet it was Yuri. She's the one who suggested this. Me? I would never. I guess Yuri is a scaredy cat. It wasn't me either. Yeah, so Yuri's a scaredy cat too. So at least Alex and Monica. Natsuki, have you considered that maybe, just maybe, it really is Kokori-san moving the coin? Yeah, right. There's no such thing as ghosts. Kokori-san is a spirit, not a ghost. Same difference. Well, all I had to say is that I didn't do it. Suki's skeptical glare causes me to hurry on, but I know that there's got to be some sort of scientific explanation for this. I can't seriously witness the paranormal, can I? Okay, Einstein, what's your specific explanation for this then? I'm working on it. It has to be one of us doing it. I know, why don't we ask Kokori-san something that Alex and I couldn't have known? Given that you seem to suspect us the most. Okay then, Sayori, ask it anything. But what should I ask? I don't know anything, and Alex and Monica couldn't have known. Ooh, I know. Kokori-san, can you please tell me what I have on the top shelf of my refrigerator? What kind of question is that supposed to be? Sorry, I guess I was kind of hungry. The banter peters out as we expectantly watch the coin. Suddenly the coin jerks to the right. Am I supposed to stay on this? Oh wait, I missed that. Let's see. Natsuki squints as she scrutinizes each of our faces. Meanwhile, the rest of the girls' eyes have seemed to be glued to the coin. Yuri's face blanches for the movement. Everyone seems to wait with bashed breath as the coin slowly inches over to the letter R. A. Sarah's eyes widen while Yuri so slightly backs away from the paper. The coin carries on moving. R-A-M-E. Ramen? They're leftovers. Sarah, you really gotta eat more healthy. But it's so tasty. Should we really be using Kokori-san to answer such frivolous questions? That wasn't frivolous at all. We were proving whether or not it was one of us moving the thing. And now you have your answer. Hope none of us moved it. Wait, so is that supposed to mean it was Kokori-san who moved it? Monica seemed awfully cheery at this revelation. Man, Monica, does anything faze you? I've just been in much scarier scenarios than this. Plus, I've got to stay confident as the president, you know. I see. Ooh, so Kokori-san is real then? Ooh, I tried to get you all to take this seriously. I mean, you really can't blame us for thinking that it was all fake. I do still think that there's a trick to this. Natsuki? Whatever. If you want us to take this seriously, then I'll take it to serious places, alright? Natsuki! Kokori-san, what is the date of my death? Uh-oh! Throws me a frightened look as Move again. Her fingers feel cold as ice against mine. Slowly the coin moves to the letter N and inches over in numbers. 31, 10, 2018. That's today. I don't like this anymore, guys. Some questions are better off not being asked. That can't be true, right? Kokiri-san. What about the other girls in this room? The coin doesn't move. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Don't you want to know about the date of your own death? Yeah, like some piece of paper and a coin is going to tell me that. You looked pretty scared earlier. Shut up! As I moved away, Yuri gasped. Alex, we haven't properly finished the game yet. There's a certain procedure. Ugh, there's no point. He's already broken the finger on the coin rule. What do we do? Sorry, Yuri. I'll come back and help you guys finish in a bit. You better hurry up, Alex. I'm going. Woo! Finally out of the club room. I can't believe that game had actually scared me. Although I'm curious to who it was who rigged the game. It has to have been rigged, right? Oh no! The bathroom is pitch black, and when I open the door, save to the faint moonlight glinting on the bathroom mirror. The contrast between the darkness and the shining glass dazzles me for a moment until I notice it. The dark figure within the glass standing completely still. All the urban legends that I had of involving mirrors begin to rush through my head. Some instinct inside me stops me from moving, as if doing so would stop me from being noticed. I don't even dare take a breath. As my eyes start to water from the lack of oxygen, the figure in the mirror seems to be wavering as well. Crap! I can't take it anymore. As I bend over to take a wheezing breath, the figure ducks down as well. Huh? Is that my reflection? Scanning my surroundings, I quickly jump to the light switch and flick it on as soon as possible. The fluorescent lights overhead flicker to life, confirming my suspicions. I glare at the reflection and then snort. Luckily that no one else was there to see that. I slam a tall door shut in compulsion as a sign of bravado to myself, I guess. Clinging to the shockingly loud echoes of the door reverberating in the bathroom, I can't help but remain quiet now. What's here? The frigid tap water at the sinks reminds me of Yuri's icy hands during the game. I should probably hurry back. That was awful. That was perhaps the most nerve-wracking trip to the bathroom I've ever taken. I shake my head. Snap out of it, Alex. All these stories aren't real. Ghosts aren't real. It's awfully quiet inside the club room. Wonder what witchcraft the girls are up to now. Stepping into the classroom, a pang of fear and adrenaline shoots through my heart. At first glance, the girls seem to have disappeared, but I quickly realize that they haven't disappeared. They're all collapsed on the floor in death. Oh, very convincing, guys. Yeah, I totally believe that you're all actually dead. Very funny. A slight rustling gets my attention. Something in my peripheral vision moves on the Kokiri-san paper. Curious, I amble over. You should never have come. What? Why is the coin spelling this out? Wait, more importantly, how is this coin moving by itself? My mind flashes back to what Yuri said before I left. We didn't properly finish the game. There was a certain procedure that we were supposed to follow. But what happens if I don't do all that? Hold on, it's not like ghosts are real though. Right? They must be playing a prank on me now. Right? I reach down and shake Monica's shoulder. She's lying prone on the floor. Can't help but feel a dread that her body will be cold. As I start to reach down, I freeze. Are those footsteps outside? No one else is supposed to be in the school right now, right? In a panicked state, I scan the bodies on the floor. All the girls are here, so the footsteps grow louder and louder. They don't sound normal. Almost like they're shuffling or dragging along. Is this real? Am I starting to hear things now? The blood rushing through my ears is drowning out the sound of their footsteps. Where are they now? I can't tell. Are they close by? Should I hide? How much time until they reach the club room? I can't tell. Crap. I throw myself to the floor, squeezing my eyes shut. The sound of my heart hammering my chest is almost deafening. Over the drumming of my heart, I hear it. The footsteps stop right outside the classroom. Please don't open the door. As the door rattles open, there's an awful, sickening silence. Until someone or something breathes. Some kind of raspy gurgling. As a low, deep vocalization. Something just sounds off, as if someone had warped the sound in a computer program. Something completely utterly unnatural that rises the hair on the back of my neck. I feel absolutely paralyzed. My muscles are tense, my jaw aching from my clenching it shut in nervousness. But if I relax, the adrenaline running through my body would immediately give me the way of my trembling. As the sweat trickles down the side of my head, I hear it drawing near. Pop. A warm moistened sickles on my neck as if someone were breathing over me. I dare not to even breathe. The idea of breathing in the fetid smell of its breath nearly triggers my gag reflex. Am I just imagining this? I can't be, can I? I can't think of any way that this could all be a simple prank. There's no way any of the girls could have manufactured this, being that it feels so wrong to the very core. The temptation to satisfy my curiosity and look at whatever is hovering over me is almost overpowering. But as my instinct deeps within demand that I must keep my mouth shut, I can't help but feel a dread that something horrific will happen if I look up. All I can think to do is pray for this thing to go away. Please go away, please go away, please go away. Maybe this mantra can help me drown out my sheer feeling. While soundlessly chanting my mantra over and over in my head, I realize that the room has gone quiet. Suspiciously quiet. It's too soon to move, isn't it? I give it 5 minutes till I peek in the room. Seconds turn to years, turns into decades. I can't tell how much time has passed, and given my panic state of mind, I don't trust myself to judge time well. Feels like an hour has passed, but it's probably more than like a minute or two. Or has it been 5 minutes? Should I open my eyes? Should I? Hold on. Shouldn't I be getting help from the others soon? But if something happens to me, then I can't help for them away. Anyway, what do I do? How much longer should I hold out for? I can't believe this is actually happening. I've gone insane, haven't I? Do I dare open my eyes? I strain to hear anything. But it's completely silent. Do I dare? Do I? Maybe I should if it's only to end this torment. Screw it! I cautiously open my Did it get darker? Eyes in the smallest but peeking around. Flashes. Nothing's there. Just an empty classroom. A wave of relief cascades through my body as quietly as I dare, I let out a breath that I'm holding in. I lay there for a bit, breathing heavily. Slowly, I get up and walk over to Monica and desperately shake her. In my hysterical state, I can't help but think that she's probably dead. Monica, please, wake up. Huh? Your face? Monica! What? You should have seen your face. I knew it. She sits up, emerald eyes tearing up from mirth. What, did you think we were actually dead? Her laughter fills the room as the other girls also sit up. I'm sorry for scaring you twice in one night, Alex. But as you said, it is Halloween. This whole thing, it was just a prank? The board, the footsteps, Of course. Yuri told me about Kokiri-san a week before Halloween, so I was able to rig up the answers. It wasn't a ghost or anything like that, dummy. Sari would have said that Kokiri-san was right no matter what answer Monica may give. And the footsteps? Those were some little speakers that I hid outside the classroom. Sayori and I had the idea to pre-record some footsteps and send them to me so that we can make it sound like there was something coming. I sigh as all the tension leaves my body. At least there was a rational explanation for all this. But I don't like it. As other girls laugh, I can't help but join in. Yeah, they got me fair and square. Ha ha, okay guys, I'll admit. Well played, you got me good. I'm curious though. How'd you get another person to agree with this? Huh? What do you mean? Come on guys, the game's up. I know it was just a prank. No, seriously, what do you mean? Are you really gonna keep the joke? You know, the guy who came inside while I was on the floor, he was all gurgly and raspy and kept making these noises. Like he was saying, while I sound dumb, and while I try to mimic him, but he sounded like, Alex, what are you talking about? We didn't ask anyone to help us out. After all, we couldn't take the risk of having someone report that Monica ruse was simply to rig up the Kokiri-san ritual and use the speakers. Who are you talking about? As far as we're concerned, we're the only ones in the building. What? Then that must have been someone else. You guys are completely serious now? Girls all nod at me. The only thing I did were deliberately moving the coin around while I was touching it and ringing the speakers. Nothing else? That's right. Sayori, you swear that you're telling the truth. I am! Sayori would never lie that to me, so that means... Wait, so you guys didn't hear it. They all exchange looks of bewilderment. Am I actually losing my mind? Like Yuri said, I'm pretty sure it's just us in the building. You're honestly telling me you didn't hear anything? The girls share a look of alarm. Alex, relax. There was nothing here. It's okay. Yeah, even if some spooky ghost, I would have kicked his butt. A tinge of horror, along with Sayori's reassurance, helps me calm down a little. I'm not exactly convinced, but if the others didn't hear or see or hear anything and they were in the same room, then I must have just imagined it, right? Okay, everyone, it's getting late. Let's clean up and call it a night. Wow, so that must have been someone else in the building, might have come to like hearing noises and such. But today made me realize you can enjoy it. Horror can be fun. Maybe I'll talk to Yuri more about that stuff. You okay? Huh? Yeah, I'm good. I was just thinking about the Ouija board. That thing that really got you too, huh? I was a little scared too, even though I knew Monica was behind it all. Anyway, I'll see you at school tomorrow. Good night. See you, Sayori. As I turn around to walk home, I can't help but laugh. Yeah, those girls got me good. I never saw that coming. And the bit where the coin was moving by itself, it was really good too. Wait, Monica's only said that she rigged the actual ritual, not that she moved the coin around afterwards. Not to mention, there's no way she could have moved it when she was on the floor. The coin, the entity. So does this mean? I take it back. I hate Halloween. Okay, well that actually got me really scared though. That was a good prank, but my God, did that actually really scare me? What's this? Oh, okay. We're moving on. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say this here and end this episode here. Wow, that was really cool. This is the mega episode of this game, I guess. But holy crap, that was awesome. If you guys did like this and you want to see more of this game on this channel, especially when it comes up upon Christmas time, make sure you stab that like button. And make sure you leave a comment down below about what you guys want to see next on this channel, or use the hashtag MSVPlayThis on Twitter as well. I always take you guys' suggestions. While you're at it, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that little notification bell. That way you know when I post a new video on this channel. Check out all my social media in the description below, as well as the mod link down there as well. But that's gonna go ahead and do it. My name is Luke, and say it with me. Stay strong and feel the power. See ya! Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked what you saw in this video, make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button so you stay tuned for future videos. If you want to check out my previous video, click the box to the left. If you want to check out my last video, click the box to the right. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!